Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ashley Lucas, and I teach in the Department of Theater and Dance and the Residential College and the Department of American Culture at the University of Michigan. And this semester, it has been my honor to teach a group of 6 fabulous students who are part of the Latina Latino Theater for Social Change class for fall 2021. They did a lot of research about activist struggles on our campus surrounding diversity, equity, and inclusion issues, and they ended up focusing in on the Department of Theater and Drama because the students there in the fall of 2020 had done some really interesting protesting and making of demands of the department to increase diversity in many different ways in our department. So the students this semester took up those diversity struggles and fictionalized them and interviewed a lot of people from around the campus, including faculty and students. And they created a charming play, which they have entitled Everybody Needs an Accountabilabuddy. And without further ado, here is the performance of the fall 2021 Latina Latino Theater class.
Hello, everyone. My name is Professor Miller, and this is Acting 101. I was a mechanical engineer for 3 years before I decided it wasn't for me, and I decided to start my theater career. I attended NYU for grad school to pursue my passion for theater, and just so that you can get to know my background. I was born and raised in Northern Michigan, and I went to college in the UP for my undergrad. So please just introduce yourself and let me know about your major, where you're from, and what you plan to do with your degree.
Hello, everyone. My name is Steven with a C. I am from Costa Rica, and my major is directing and theatrical production. One of the reasons why I came to the States was to get a good education that would provide me the tools for when I go back to Costa Rica to produce some Latinx horror movies.
Awesome. That's an interesting concept.
Hello, everyone. My name is Juan, and I'm an electrical engineering student minoring in acting. And I plan to use my degree to hopefully work at a good company in the future. I would like to work in the hardware industry for electric vehicles and hopefully contribute to greener transportation across Europe. I'm from Madrid, Spain, and I mostly see theater as a side hobby.
I love Madrid. It's such a lovely place. You must love those tacos, right?
What do you mean?
Don't Spanish people eat tacos?
Yeah, I guess some of them do, but not me.
Well, okay, it's always good to connect back to your roots, so don't forget that. Next.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emily, and I am from Madrid as well. I'm a computer science major minoring in costume design, and I will ultimately like to use my degree to work as a costume designer for video games at Sony. I think they have a variety of projects that interest me, and I like their work environment overall.
Very well, Emily. Nice to meet you. Next.
Hello, everyone. My name is Catalina, and I'm from Colombia. I'm majoring in theater design technology with a minor in environmental science. I want to use my degree to work on environmental related plays that seek to bring awareness to global warming issues. I find it really interesting, and hopefully I'll be able to make big contributions to the global climate crisis.
That's so interesting. Are you planning on going back to Colombia after you're done with your degree?
I'm not sure yet. I was thinking about maybe getting my master's here, but it depends on how many opportunities I have back in Colombia.
I understand. I don't know if I'd like to go back to Colombia either. I've heard terrible things happen there. Hopefully you can stay here. Next.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jason, and I'm a math major. I'm originally from Ohio, but lived in Michigan since I was 5 years old. I don't know what exactly I'm going to go do with my math degree or my life, really, but I think I'll go into grad school, get a PhD, maybe go into academia or research.
Marvelous, Jason. You'll eventually get to the point where you know what it is you want. Don't stress about it too much for now, but you try and ask and answer that question for yourself every now and then just to check where you're at.
For sure.
Well, it is so great to meet every one of you. I see that each of you has your own goal and motivation to achieve your degree. You know, some of you have creative motivation, like Steven, who is trying to finish his degree so he can do jungle movies back with the people in his village. And then there's Catalina, who wants to produce anti-drug environmental plays in Colombia, or professionals like Emily that would like to explore different project teams across a company to see where she fits better. Why did you all get so quiet?
just what you said wasn't right.
What do you mean?
You were making assumptions about Steven and Catalina just because of where they're from.
I agree. I would have no shame to accept that I'm from a village, but I'm actually from San Jose, the capital. I do not understand why people always make assumptions that being from Costa Rica is like being from the jungle. I do see like wild animals every now and then, yet people think we all run around in loincloths and with spears after them.
That is not what I meant or thought of you at all, Steven.
But that's how we all felt. And you literally said he was from a village.
Okay, I don't like that tone you're using with me, so let's take a 5-minute break so we can all calm down and get started with class.
Can you believe this? She thinks that she could just quiet us until we calm down. What does that even mean? All we wanted to do was to confront her for what she said to Steven. I feel like she just doesn't want to be held accountable for her actions. What do you think, Emily?
Maybe, I don't know, she'll feel bad about it and apologize.
Maybe. That is the least she could do. And if she doesn't, then we're going to have a problem here.
I can't believe she just wants to ignore this. She said she wanted to come back and get started with the class, but she hasn't even accepted she made a mistake. How do you feel about this, Steven?
It is the same thing all the time. I just wish people paid more attention during their geography class.
Yeah. I'm sorry you had to go through this, Steven. I didn't like her comments about Colombia either. She wasn't lying, but that's still not the right thing to say. How do you feel about her asking you about eating tacos, Juan?
Oh, I didn't really mind the question at all. I suppose a lot of people ask themselves the same thing. It's just that tacos aren't from Spain.
Right. Why haven't you said anything about this, Jason?
Okay, look, I totally support you guys in whatever you say, but I also want to get this thing over with so I can play hockey with my friends.
So you think your hockey is more important than how Steven might be feeling right now?
That's not what I mean. Steven's my bro and I agree with him and everything else. It's just he's not my only person of color friend.
Just shut up already, Jason.
Hello, everyone. I hope that the time given to you was good for you to relax and reflect on what happened. Given that we already are behind schedule, let's just get started on today's class material.
Let's not.
Excuse me?
The least you could do is apologize to Steven for what you said. And I also wanted to let you know that I didn't appreciate your comments about Colombia. You didn't lie, but it came off a little bit like an insult to me. And it almost felt like an attempt to humiliate me.
I thought I'd given you all time to calm down.
It turned out to be time to reflect on how wrong the situation was. I refuse to continue with the class until we have an actual discussion of what happened. Who's with me?
Me.
Me.
Me too.
Guess there will be no hockey today. I'm in.
Let me remind you that this is a class for theater students. We don't have time to sit down and discuss our perspectives of society. We have an agenda, and we must cover all of the material for our play over the course of the next few weeks before the semester ends. If anyone would like to talk, please feel free to stay after class or come to my office hours. How insolent of them to just abandon class like that. How insolent of them. How rude. No, please, I didn't mean it. No. Ah! Oh, it's just a dream. Oh, just a dream. Ooh, that was a crazy dream. I've never had anything like that happen before. No, it's just a dream.
Oh,
Ah! What are you?
I'm your Accountabilabuddy.
My what?
Accountabilabuddy. I know it's a bit of a long title. I tried talking to HR about it, but you can only do so much. Anyway, Accountabilabuddy. I'm like your conscience, but for when something goes wrong, and you, my dude, seriously did something wrong.
What? You mean that thing in the classroom? No, that was just a dream that wasn't real. Was it?
Hate to break it to you, man, but it was very real. But hey, that's why I'm here. I'm gonna help you break out of the cycle you've gotten into and to move on to a path of change.
No, I think you have the wrong person. Really, I know that dream was bad, but nothing like that has ever happened. And I know how to handle myself. Thank you very much. I don't need an who whatever.
Right. Because you've handled other instances of harm so well in the past.
Exactly. Thank you. Now, if you wouldn't mind, I would love to go back to sleep.
That was sarcasm, bro, and not so fast. I'm technically not allowed to let you go until we work through a plan of accountability. My boss's rules, not mine, but hey, faster we get through this, faster we can both be on our way and make everyone happy.
I don't need to work through anything, and I certainly don't need you.
Of course.
Oof. How did you do that? Am I still dreaming? I must still be dreaming. How did we fly into Studio 2? I am in my pajamas. Wait, can they see me? Hello? Why aren't they responding?
Shush.
All right, please send in the next student.
This is for the role of the Mexican student, right?
Yep, so hopefully they can fit the part pretty well, if you know what I'm saying.
No, I do. Oh, hello, welcome. What is your name, dear? She certainly looks the part.
Hi, my name is Maria, and I am auditioning for the student role.
All right, Maria, start whenever.
And that was when I heard the screaming from inside. The doors are locked, and the man yelled in Spanish, "No puedes entrar, vas a morir, por favor, escúchame, córrete a tu casa ahora."
Well, I must say, Maria, I'm stunned. I'm very impressed with your monologue. You provided a lot of depth to the role. But is there any chance you could sound, like Spanish next time?
Professor, you can't say that out loud.
Sorry, I just mean, I think you provided a lot of emotion for this monologue. I just wish I could have seen you perform it a bit more true to the character. I would have loved to see you really take on the role of a struggling immigrant. I couldn't really hear it in your voice. It sounded a little too Americanized for me, if you know what I mean.
Not really. Both my parents are from Honduras, but I was born in America. I've never really had a Hispanic accent any of my life.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Anyway, you'll be hearing back from us soon, Maria.
Oh, man. Well, hopefully we can add a little accent to that with some of our accent classes taught by Greg.
Oh, let's see the next audition just to see if we can go with them.
Yeah, true. Send in the next one, Clark.
Okay, great. And what's your name, champ?
Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy.
Oh, hello, Jeremy. You are aware of the role you're auditioning for, right?
Yeah. What's that supposed to mean?
Let's just say that the role might not fit you culturally.
What she meant to say was, if you could just briefly tell us about what art you've been exposed to, museums that you've visited, performances that you've been in, art installations that you've seen, that sort of thing.
Is that standard procedure? I mean, sure. Yeah, I've been participating in my local community theater program for a little over 5 years now. It's a pretty small group that we have, but we build all of our own sets, make all of our own costumes, and do all the advertising ourselves. We tend to perform mostly for the people in our community, but recently we did a show for the local high school and had a pretty large turnout. I've also been part of the mural committee in my neighborhood for several years, and I know a lot of the local artists in the area.
So it sounds like you don't have a lot of formal experience with the arts. Is that correct?
Well, I have lots of personal familial experiences with the arts within my parents' culture, as well as experience performing and hands-on experience as a stage crew member, since we sort of do it all. And yeah, as I mentioned before, I do know many of the artists around here that have created some of the more recognized murals in this neighborhood. So I'm not really sure what.
Oh, that sounds great, dear. How about we move on to the monologue portion now?
Yeah, okay, sure. And that was when I heard the screaming from inside. The doors all locked and the man yelled in Spanish, "No puedes entrar. Vas a morir. Por favor, escúchame. Córrate a tu casa ahora."
That was actually incredible.
Yeah, who would have actually thought?
Okay, no need to have that attitude, kid, but well done.
Well, maybe if you had let me audition before telling me I'm essentially too white, you wouldn't have come out of this all so surprised.
Well, that was a little rude.
Yeah. Looking over it a bit, we probably shouldn't have said most of what we said.
What do you mean? Pointing out how white he is? Isn't that obvious?
Well, yes, but maybe it's not our right as professors in theater to assume who is or isn't good for a role, because he clearly outshined Maria.
Okay, fine. Maybe you're right, but I just don't know how receptive the audience will be to see him play that role. Wow, I didn't realize how bad that seemed from an outside perspective. It didn't seem like that big of a deal when it happened.
That's the thing. You think of it as one isolated incident of a single comment causing a single bit of harm, but for students being affected like Catalina or Jeremy, it's an almost daily attack, comment after comment from you and the others. It all just adds up.
That's, how did I not see this?
You never had to. No one ever questioned you, so you never had to answer for it. That's why I was sent here, to you. Maybe it'll help if we take a look at how students are coping outside of these spaces. Here's one.
But he doesn't look like someone who would be affected by these issues. I'm confused.
These issues are affecting all students, not just the ones facing the harm. It's a ripple effect of pain, almost. Those on the outside might not feel it as greatly or as strongly, but they still feel hurt from those directly affected. And it's not always about race issues and microaggressions. Sometimes students can kind of tell when professors don't really listen to their needs. Let's see what he's on about. Let's see what he's doing.
Well, would you look at that? Another day, another massive protest. Never mind the math homework, the hockey game, and the council meeting I got on my plate. I gotta drop everything and join this goddamn demonstration. Over what? Some faculty fumbles in an elective I'm in? Screw that. I can hardly bring myself to do homework. Why should I take arms for a cause that make me spiral further? Why was I given this flyer in the first place? How does any of this all affect me? How does any of this affect me? Sure, I can usually score parts that let me shine, but I am getting tired of studying Shakespeare and Sophocles with occasional insertions of Lin-Manuel Miranda for representation. Hell, even most of the faculty themselves are as white as what we study. Most of the actors I know certainly don't look like me. Why can't the class represent that? It would also be a great relief for my friends who might finally not be stuck as servants. And for me to finally take a backseat in some shows, but will one demonstration be enough? I don't think it's worth the struggle incurred by falling behind on homework. Besides, if I can't figure this calc exam, I might start failing. That said, it seems unfair that a single exam covering concepts introduced only weeks ago weighs so heavily on one's success. Yet, even my friends in student government can't seem to get it through anyone's heads. The faculty seems to refuse to listen to us, no matter how many reviews they make us do. Maybe this demonstration could be a first step. Maybe influencing the theater faculty could make waves throughout the college. I don't know. I'm tired of these absurd class workloads. I'm tired of being ignored. And I'm tired of being tired. There has to be something the faculty can do to make this financially taxing experience less mentally taxing, even with the limitations I'm sure they face. But will risking it all in one protest be worth it? Screw it. Whatever. I've got nothing else on my plate today. If I can get that homework done now, I'll find some way to make it.
See now?
I'm so sorry, regretful, ashamed. I don't even know the right word.
That's okay. All that matters is that you've accomplished goal 1 on your path to accountability, recognizing that you've done harm.
Goal 1. Yeah, okay, what's goal 2?
Address and apologize for the harm.
Hmm.
That's more goals 2 and 3, but pretending like an incident never happened doesn't make it go away. It just makes those affected build resentment toward you. Addressing it could look like, let me backtrack. That comment was not fair at all. An apology could be, I'm sorry if I made you feel targeted in any way. That was not my intention.
Okay, okay, I think I'm getting the hang of it. Goal 4?
Goal 4, establish change so the incident won't happen again. Something along the lines of, I recognize my comment came out of a deep-rooted belief in this idea. I want to challenge my own beliefs and make sure this harm does not occur again.
That's easy enough.
All right, finally, goal 5. Check in later with the person harmed. Chances are, if someone felt hurt by you in the moment, they're already feeling vulnerable and just want you to move on to the next topic. Check in with them one-on-one at the end of class. Ask what support you can give, apologize again if need be, and most importantly, make them feel like they belong. People of color and other marginalized groups have a history of their dignity being stripped by those in power. You checking in tells them that you see them as human. You see the problem in yourself, and you'll work on yourself to make them feel more supported in the class.
I see. So 5 steps? That's manageable enough. Recognize, address, apologize, change, check in. Wow, I didn't know it was that easy. Why wasn't I doing this all along?
Sometimes we ignore flaws because we don't want to see ourselves as the bad guy, but that's not a bad thing to learn about yourself. In fact, that means you're willing to try harder and do better. Ready to try it out?
I think so. Let's go back.
Excellent.
Hold on. That comment that I made was totally out of line and actually pretty racist. I'm really sorry for the impact that comment might have had. I definitely need to work on my vocabulary about this topic and what I wanted to say. My intention was to express my excitement in all your differing goals. I'll be more careful about my words and the harm they could cause in the future. Oh, that's the bell. Class dismissed. Catalina, could you hold back? Hey, I just wanted to check in and see how you were doing. I want to apologize personally for saying that, especially in front of the whole class. How are you?
You know, Professor, I think you're the first person to ever ask me that after class. It did make me feel a little uncomfortable in the moment, but I'm glad you addressed it. It was a relief to know that you could recognize your own faults and that I wouldn't have to feel othered by you. Thanks again. Have a good weekend.
You too. Wow, that was liberating. I messed up and I was able to move on.
Yes, see, the patented 5-step goal-oriented accountability system works. I gotta tell the boss about this one. You crushed it, dude. I'm so excited. Okay, let me back up. I didn't want to tell you this before, but you're actually my first client, so this was a big deal for me, but hey, we both did it.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to give you a 5-star review on Yelp. Everyone needs an accountability buddy in their life. And I think you'll do just fine out there in the big world, dude.
Thank you, everyone. That was the conclusion of our play. Everybody needs an accountability buddy. I'm going to ask the actors to turn their cameras on really quickly and just say their names so that everybody can see the real identity of the fabulous actors of the Latino theater class of fall 2021. So, Professor, would you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Stefania Gonzalez.
And Stephen, would you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Pablo Garcia Acuña.
Catalina.
Hi, my name is Jessica Cortez.
And playing our friendly accountability buddy.
Hello, my name is Ben Heiss.
And several students, including Juan.
Hello, my name is Avi Grun.
And last but certainly not least, playing both Emily and Maria.
Hi, my name is Lesley.
And thank you all so much for watching.